Hey everybody, welcome to the T&Z Show. My name is Troy.
I'm Zach.
And we're just two dudes that decided to join the podcast market like the other 2.5 billion people who are doing so right now.
Yeah, we're entertained by our own conversations, so we figured we would just put them on the internet.
Absolutely. We usually hang out. We try to hang out at least once a week and just catch up on life, talk about sports, talk bad about our wives, just joking. They won't watch us anyway, so it doesn't matter. and also talk ministry, and a big part of that is we also talk sports. So that's exactly what this podcast is going to be. What's it going to be? Tell them again.
It's literally two dudes having a conversation. We get together, we hang out, we talk sports, and then it turns real, whether it's leadership, ministry, or family. So you're going to see that ministry and leadership mean a lot to us, that sports mean a lot to us, and our families mean the most to us.
Absolutely. So just so you know, as you may see, our setup isn't anything fancy. And the main reason why is because we're poor. So
yes.
we don't have all the fancy microphones or the clip-on phones or like the cool graphics. Maybe someday we can hang up a paper that says like T&Z Show or whatever. But that's probably as fancy as we'll ever get. So if you're expecting like high quality clips from this or graphics that pop up, it's not us. One, we don't know how to do it, and two, we don't have time to do it, and three, we can't afford to do it or want to do it. So, but I gotta say this before we get going.
Hold on, if you're looking for an internship, we can't pay you or do anything.
Nope.
But
we will tag you on Instagram.
You could be our intern.
Yeah. So there you go. But for real though, this is supposed to be low key, right? I show up here at Zach's church, Grace Point Church here in Pasco. He's brushing his beard with this stupid brush because he wants to look pretty. Dude. He puts on a fancy little cool hat so he can look trendy, okay? He's even wearing nice shoes that you can't see the shoes. But
I want to be on preacher sneakers.
He is exactly a youth pastor to a T right now. He's trying to be the cool, trendy hat, brush his beard guy. For all you youth pastors out there, even my local ones, yeah, I'm talking to you, okay? We have to do a whole thing on that because that drives me crazy. But hey, let's talk about who we are really fast. So I'm Troy, he's Zach. Where are you from though?
So I'm actually from Iowa, and usually no one cares, but we'll get into why that matters later.
Which means he's ultra liberal. Right? Am I wrong? No? All right, keep going.
I just love Jesus.
Perfect.
So I'm initially from Iowa. I'm legally blind. That doesn't matter, but it does.
Sounds like a movie. Legally Blind. Instead of Legally Blonde?
Yeah.
Legally Blind. Coming 2025.
Let's do it.
That should have been the name of the podcast. Legally Blind. Keep going.
But about me, I'm short. I'm ginger. I can't see good. I can see fine. I just can't drive a car legally. I have driven a car though. But I got a beautiful wife, Shani, and 3 boys, 3, 8, and 12, and they are everything to me. Well, except for the Bills and the Hawkeyes and soccer. But
oh yeah, we got to get to that soccer.
That'll be later.
Soccer will be something that is not covered on this podcast.
It will be, Troy.
I'm just joking.
So I'm initially from Iowa. I've done a lot of. I've spent time kind of trying to figure life out. Went to Bible college. Then I tried to pretend to be a musician in a hardcore band for a couple years. Then I went to.
Are you guys on Spotify?
We are on Spotify.
Look them up. What's your guys' name?
It was called Senseless Beauty.
Senseless Beauty. Look them up on Spotify. Give them some more.
We were a metal band that talked about Jesus, and my dad asked if we were angry Christians.
Boom. I love it. Maybe
we tried.
Maybe sometime he'll sing us like one of their famous songs.
No.
I don't know.
Like with all the 5 listeners.
There you go.
But so I did that for a few years, and then I moved into my friend's basement as I was his intern, and learned how to be a youth pastor. And during that time, I got to start a small varsity basketball program at a small Christian school. That was like one of the coolest experiences of my life. God used that at a time where I was like not sure what was going to go on with my life. Mm-hmm. And so I did that, and then I moved to Wyoming. Was there for 4 years. Worked at a church part-time. Worked at a school. Embraced this little community of 1,200. Still consider a home. Mountain View, Wyoming. If any of you care, watch. I love you.
It's a very liberal place, right? Yeah. Mountain View, Wyoming?
I was the only one that didn't have a 4-wheeler.
Oh, perfect. Go ahead. Keep going.
They all loved me though. They embraced me and dealt with me. And,
Well, it's a
and
good
they're
thing you
still
didn't have a
home.
4-wheeler because you can't see.
Okay, but no joke, man.
So if
Do
you
know
drove
what
the 4-wheeler, you wouldn't be here today.
Sometime I'm gonna take you to Mountain View, Wyoming, and you're literally gonna see people drive Razors on the street. It's
Okay,
awesome.
that's awesome.
Dude.
I love it.
Literally, some of the most amazing 4 years of my life was in that town. So miss you guys, love you. And then a friend told me that, listen, I know you don't like online dating, and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you live in a town of 1,200 people.
Yeah.
So I reluctantly, I met my wife on the internet.
There
Is
you
what
go.
I'm saying.
Come on now.
Christian mingle. I used to make fun of it in Bible college.
Yeah, let's go.
And my friends and I made jokes if we ever had it, what our name would be. And my name was going to be Zacchaeus the Love Collector.
Who made the internet? Al Gore?
I don't know.
Thank you, Al Gore.
Al Gore and
There-
Man Bear Pig.
You are married now because of whoever created the internet. I'm pretty sure it's Al Gore. But keep going.
He made
Christian Mingle. Christian Mingle.
Christian mingle. So
Why are we shouting them out, man? They don't even sponsor the podcast. You're giving them free advertising.
we need to get
There was a
sponsor. Hold
certain
on.
there was a certain website that helped him get married. There. Keep
Hold
going.
on. What? But this
They are
could get
not
us
gonna,
a sponsor.
they are not going to be our sponsor. But keep going.
Hey everybody, go watch the Christian Mingle movie on Netflix.
But
but
going to be on Netflix. It's going to be on PureFlix.
yeah, but that's a whole nother topic, Mr. KLove. He likes
I
KLove.
love KLove. What's wrong with KLove, man? What's wrong with KLove?
So I'm a youth pastor. I love Jesus, but I don't like Christian music. I love worship music.
Coming
but I don't like-
from a guy who was in a Christian rock band.
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense.
But that world actually had
Oh.
bands that were good.
Time
that
out.
world
Time
had
out.
bands that were good.
Now this is all making sense to me. You're just mad at KLove because they wouldn't play your music.
We actually, our producer tried to get us to make one song that they were trying to put on the KLove, but then our label never did anything for us. Actually, we're the only band that didn't try and sue.
All
our
right, keep
label.
going with your story,
Anyways,
dude. Keep going with your
so
story. You
I met my
some-
wife. I
there
came
you
to
go.
Washington, and a year after being in Washington, we moved here to Pasco. I started my first full-time youth pastor job literally as COVID started.
Come on.
So in a really big community that I didn't understand. So it's been
And that's when we met.
yes.
That was when our love story began.
Yes.
In the words of Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm. We Zoomed for a couple times, and then
Did we? Oh, on those.
Yeah.
How did
we did the Zooms, but then you came to my office.
Yeah, with Jeffrey Chambers. Shout out to Jeffrey Chambers.
We miss you,
Young
dude.
Life, man.
We miss you, Jeff.
Yep.
But we're trying.
Do you call
hold
him,
on.
Time out. Do you call him Jeff?
I don't know. My dad's named Jeff. So I don't,
Does he? We don't call Jeff. His name's Jeffrey.
hold on. We don't want this to be inside jokey. So I feel like if we talk too much about the people that are here local, they're not going to get it.
That's who's gonna watch this. Who else is gonna watch this stupid thing?
My mom.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, she won't.
Oh, I won't say it. Never mind. All right, so that's good, man. Thanks for the rundown, and now you're here.
Yeah.
And you've been here for how long? With your family in the Tri-Cities?
Since June of 2020. We
All right.
moved here 5 days after our youngest was born.
But he wears a Buffalo Bills hat, which we'll get to here shortly, so don't worry, okay? I'm not going to get into my story. My story's way too
What?
roller coasty. Roller coasty, is that a word?
I didn't share like my whole life story. I just gave the synopsis.
I love the synopsis. We'll get to
So
mine.
we need yours.
We'll do mine next one, all right? You shared yours this one. Thank you, Christian Mingle, even though you'll never sponsor this podcast. Shout out to Shani. And don't know what you're thinking, but that's a different story, different day. Hey, let's jump right into sporting news. So we're going to talk about what's upcoming. We love sports. If you don't like sports, you might as well just turn it off now. So speaking of that hat, the Buffalo Bills, how'd they do in the Super Bowl? Oh wait, they lost to Mahomes again, and not.
Hold on.
But so speaking of, let's talk.
Context.
Go ahead, context.
Context.
They lost at home now.
You can make fun of me, but I grew up in Iowa, 2 hours away from Minneapolis, Minnesota, so we were Minnesota fans for everything. My dad, diehard Vikings fan.
Yeah.
I
Come on
the
now.
year that they should have won the Super Bowl and Gary Anderson missed that kick, I decided in that moment in the 98-99 NFC Championship.
That was a loaded team, dude. Randy Moss, Chris Carter, Dante Culpepper.
Yep. And if you watch How I Met Your Mother, that show and one of their characters references it.
Yes, that was a great show. How I Met Your Mother. Hey, real quick. Do you know the Culpepper dance that he would do?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
Okay,
So here's the deal. I abandoned the Vikings because I wanted to know, is my team going to be good?
Got it.
Or are we going to suck? And then...
So you went to a team that lost 4 Super Bowls in a row.
But
that makes a lot of sense.
No, they lost before I cared.
I got it.
I was like 4.
Perfect.
So, but I after that happened, I went to my mom and I was like, next year I want a football jersey for Christmas, but not the Vikings.
Okay.
And she went and found the cutest jersey on a clearance rack.
Nice. Who was it? What jersey?
So it was a New England Patriots Drew Bledsoe jersey.
Let's go, Bledsoe. He's local.
That's what I know now.
Shout out to Bledsoe.
Hey, Drew Bledsoe.
He can sponsor
You are
our
like
podcast.
my hero. You are my hero, Drew.
Go Cougs.
Actually, I probably shouldn't share this, but when I first made my first adult bank account, you had to answer the security questions. It's not this anymore, so it's not going to help you.
You should try it, everybody.
But
it probably is.
Everyone put your superhero. My password for stuff was Bledsoe.
Now it's Josh Allen, everybody.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed.
Well, anyways, it was a Drew Bledsoe Patriots jersey, and when the Patriots gave up on him for Tom Brady, I was dumb enough and went with him to Buffalo.
Oh my goodness, that is so classic. I did not know that.
I'm a Bills fan.
So you left
because my mom.
So time out. You didn't even know. You weren't even a fan when they lost 4 in a row.
No, I was 4.
You then follow a player that left the Patriots for the Bills, and that's when the Patriots went on a 20-year run. With how many Super Bowls? 6, I believe. 6 Super Bowls.
So the two Super Bowls I watched of them was the one where he lost to Brett Favre in the Packers.
Okay.
And then the next one, he was hurt, so Tom Brady was in.
Got it.
So after that, I
love it. Yeah. All right. So
I hate the Patriots.
With all that backstory now, you hate the Patriots. Let's talk Chiefs. Let's talk Mahomes. Let's talk a little bit Kelsey. Just because last Sunday was a Super Bowl, I know it's old news. This is, after they watch this, it might be 2 weeks after. That's okay. Or it might be a week after. But let's hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this Chiefs team and just that game and some things that might have happened during the game?
So this is as a Bills fan. Patrick Mahomes is Tom Brady. Josh Allen is Peyton Manning. My hope as a Bills fan, Tom Brady won all the time. Manning put up really good numbers, but Brady won. There is going to be 1 year where the rest of the Chiefs will be reloading or something, and Josh Allen and the Bills will get our 1. Okay. That's a Bills fan, we've never won a Super Bowl. I know that seems like a very low bar, like waiting for a team to slip up and get 1, but as a Bills fan, we will take that. So
I agree with you. The only thing I'm worried about is the AFC is just absolutely loaded, right? You have, when you had Manning and Brady, you had Roethlisberger in there, but that was pretty much it. Now you got your boy, Josh Allen. You got Lamar Jackson. You got Justin Burrow. You got Joe Burrow, who's already proven that he can get through, which nobody else has been able to get through, other than him and Mahomes. You got what's his name, Justin Herbert now with an actual coach and Harbaugh. That's an equal competitive team no matter what. And then you still have the Miami out there with what's going to happen with Tua. They might draft someone. This sounds crazy. I hate Aaron Rodgers. Okay, for many reasons, which we'll get into in a later date or maybe never get into.
We're going to beat the Jets.
But he's good enough to win you some games, right? So the AFC is just you still have the Cleveland Browns with our boy Deshaun Watson, which we'll stay away from. For many reasons as well. They're competitive, right? The AFC is loaded.
You can't talk about the Browns and not talk about Joe Flacco.
Comeback player of the year. Comeback player of the year.
Joe Flacco.
I love it. All right, let's move on to the next. When I say Mahomes, what do you think of? What are your thoughts on that? Just when I say the word Mahomes.
When I think of Mahomes?
Yeah. Patty. Mahomes boy.
Pat Mahomes. I like college sports more than pro, so I actually do remember watching him at Texas Tech.
Okay, that's legit. I like that.
And not that my opinion matters, but I was like, he's awesome, but a Texas Tech guy who can just bomb it up's not going to work in the NFL.
All right, in 30 seconds, when I say Kelsey, what do you think of?
Taylor Swift.
Come on, man.
Hey, 1989 is the greatest pop album ever made. I don't care.
Hey, new album coming out soon. I just got to get something off my chest with this whole Taylor Swift thing with people getting all mad. When has it ever not been this case? Star football player and popular girl meet and date. Isn't that high school 101?
Yeah.
In college?
Yeah.
And then in the pros, it's just always been that way. Entertainers want to date athletes. Athletes want to be entertainers.
But sports in general, if there are, even though the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar industry, they're always looking for ways to get more viewers.
Oh,
and you know what?
Don't go into this controversy.
But it did that. But sports have always. They're gonna try to grow their product. And celebrities have to get. But here's the deal. Because I remember being a kid.
You really think?
I remember being a kid, and do you know what CBS did? They like on a Thanksgiving Day game, they turned the camera to Jerry Jones, the Dallas Cowboys owner, and they literally showed him handing his glasses to his like kid or something. Or I don't even know who it was, if it's related to him, but the camera pans on Jerry Jones, and he hands his glasses, and someone else wipes his glasses for him.
And they should. It's Jerry Jones.
And every time a celebrity comes to the game, they highlight it. So I don't know why everyone's getting so mad.
All right, let's transition to this next superstar. I got a text message this morning from this guy talking about how he was crying. Not because of something sweet that his wife did for him, or this youth in his church or kid in his kid's ministry from his church had this life transformation moment with Jesus. No. He was crying from watching Kaitlin Clark shots of her breaking the record from Iowa. So go ahead and speak to that there. Kaitlin Clark. First off, who is Kaitlin Clark? Because there might be some people who don't know.
So, she is...
Did she meet somebody on Christian Mingle as well?
She's dating the men's basketball coach son.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you said son, because I was like, wait a minute.
No,
she's dating the coach. Okay.
No.
All right.
She's dating his son, who used to be an Iowa basketball standout.
Got it. Kaitlin Clark made you cry. Why did she make you cry?
Because she broke the women's all-time scoring record, and she will break the men's. Just like everyone was chanting last night. Pistol Pete? One more year. I don't know.
Because she can still come back, right?
She's got one more year.
That's crazy.
And she should.
And she's making bank right now. She's probably making more than she can make at the WNBA. That's what I heard with the NIL stuff.
Kaitlin Clark sponsored this video.
I could be wrong. Anyways.
But she broke a record, and here's the deal.
Yeah.
Here's what's awesome. She put Iowa on the map. We have had good players for other sports.
Shout out to Iowa.
She has put Iowa on the map.
Is it a state?
Sort of.
Oh.
It's a state. Actually, so we took our youth kids to a winter camp, and the speaker was someone who we went to the same college together. So he's from Minnesota, and he was telling all the kids, he's like, I was writing a message, and like God spoke to me while I was driving through the most boring state ever. And I knew where he was going.
Okay.
And when he said Iowa, I stood up and yelled, yeah! Like I made a fool of myself, but I didn't care.
Hey, real quick.
But hold on. 4 days later, you go on YouTube, and all you see is pictures of an Iowa jersey.
Come on. There you go.
We are good famous for once.
Let's go. I would say this about Iowa. I've never been, but we live in Washington State, for those who are watching outside of Washington State. And I'm not the biggest fan of our state, so I would gladly live in Iowa right now if I could move all of my family and friends there, but that's not going to happen. So shout out to Iowa. All right, this is also upcoming this weekend. Guess what's happening? The Daytona 500. Who do you got?
I don't live in Iowa anymore, bro.
Wow. Daytona 500? Next.
Okay, hold on. I'm legally blind. Why would I watch Cars?
Best Cars movie, 1, 2, or 3?
I literally watched 3 with my son last night.
Let's go!
For Christmas, with Christmas money, he bought like a track with Jackson Storm and Lightning McQueen, and they like go off ramps.
Which one's your favorite one? Cars 1, 2, or 3? Do you even remember 1 and 2?
I literally watch them like all the time.
Perfect. Let's go. List them in order, best to worst.
Okay. 1, 3, 2.
Okay, I agree with you on this. I have a whole Pixar list. You know it. I've shared it with you before. We'll do a whole podcast around it when the next Pixar movie comes out, Inside Out 2, this summer in June. Go see it.
Really?
Yes. But hold on. When that movie comes out, we'll do a whole podcast on just my Pixar list because it's that important. And I'm that passionate about it.
We don't need to make more movies about feelings.
Okay.
My feelings
yes, we
give
do.
me
She's
feelings.
a teenage girl now, and she has anxiety and other emotions, okay? And Ozzy Osbourne. Disney used Ozzy Osbourne. I cannot believe that.
Well, dude,
anyways,
hold on.
Back to Cars.
The voice of anger in the first one, Lewis Black,
No idea who that is.
He is a comedian.
Perfect.
Very not kids friendly.
Okay.
And I watched an interview with him. He's like,
so in other words, everybody go look up Lewis Black.
He's like, the people at Pixar are sick for picking me for this movie.
Okay. So back to Cars. You said in order 1, 3, 2. I would agree with 2 being the absolute worst. It should have been a straight to DVD, if you know what I mean by that, or straight to streaming now is how you say it. And then I would go 3, 1, 2. I love 3 because of the whole. They're
teasing 4.
I know they are. They're teasing 4, and I don't know how I feel about that. But that's a different day, different subject. All right. Also, this weekend happening in the sports world is UFC 298.
I'm 5'2". I don't watch people beat each other up because I get beat up for free.
I like to watch clips of it.
My 12-year-old can beat me up.
I couldn't name one fighter that weekend, but we got to give the shout out to Dana White, who's just a classy man, right? But anyways,
he looks like us.
There we go.
He makes a lot more money than us, though.
A little bit. He probably has a fancy setup. We don't.
Yeah.
Soccer. Let's talk soccer.
Yes.
Absolutely not. This guy loves soccer. I hate soccer.
And listen, I am not.
Isn't someone? Someone's gonna be a big free agent. They just announced it. What's his name? I can't pronounce his name.
He's not gonna be a free. If you're talking about Mbappe.
Yes, Mbappe.
It's Mbappe.
Mbappe. It's French. We won.
They say he's gonna go to Real Madrid, but they've said that every year.
Perfect.
Well, when it actually happens, it actually happens.
Love it. All right, high school sports. We're gonna talk some high school sports on here because, I mean, what better opportunity to bash like 17-year-olds than 2 guys way out of high school, weren't good in high school, right? I played 7th grade.
I would get cut from a freshman team now.
My wife reminds me all the time that I played 7th grade and 8th grade B team basketball at McLaughlin Middle School.
I played C team basketball in small town Iowa.
That is awesome.
But then the next year I played varsity basketball at a school with 12 people.
Take that. Let's go. Come on now.
My team lost.
Anyways,
my team lost the game. Hold on. Let's share this. My team lost the game 90-12.
That is impressive.
However, I had 8 of our 12 points.
Take that, dude. It's your teammates' fault. If they would have played better.
We made fun of this kid. He was like 6 foot tall with an afro, and we were all not. And his voice was cracking in warm-ups. And so we were like, I got him. First play of the game, and he played with a pick in his hair. It was awesome. First play of the game, we were making fun of him because his voice was cracking. Turns out this kid was like in 8th grade. First play of the game, he dunks it on us. So we shut up.
There you go. And then they won 90-12.
90-12.
There you go. That's your lesson right there. Don't talk. Okay, you're 5'2".
Yeah, but I'm the little kid with a big mouth, so I'm always going to talk.
I love it. Keep it coming. All right. So high school sports, we want to give, on a serious note, we want to, what do you call it when you encourage? I can't think of what I'm supposed to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Other than we want to cheer on all these wrestlers who are at the Dome right now. Girls and guys at the state championship for wrestling. We got girls and boys basketball. I'm rooting for Chiawana girls, and I'm rooting against the Richland boys. I'm hoping they lose in the first round and get upset because that's how I feel about Richland. But that's a different podcast for a different day. So I live right next door.
I live right next door to Chiawana.
Yep.
So I'm a Riverhawk fan.
There you go. There you go. We got spring sports starting in a couple weeks. We'll talk more about that.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
You are a baseball coach.
I am, but we're a couple weeks away from the launch of spring sports. We'll get into
Catchers and pitchers are reporting. I saw that.
Oh, that's true.
I don't pay attention to baseball.
Okay, can I be real talk here about the MLB? I coach baseball. I grew up playing baseball. I love baseball. But I'm not an MLB fan. I think I'll share with you once the season officially starts. I watch baseball, but I'm not a fan as much as I used to be because I feel like they have not adjusted to the culture of today for fan and for play.
Well, dude, and low-key, baseball now has more mullets than NASCAR.
Come on now. Mullets are in, dude. You should grow one.
And at this point, if I see like a tall person with a mullet, I
name
assume
one
they're a
baseball player with a mullet.
I can't name. No one can name any baseball player.
Can you name a baseball player in the MLB right now?
Trout, Ohtani. But if you don't play sports, you don't know those guys.
That's true, 100%. Anyways, I'll save my thoughts on baseball. The best thing they did recently was this pace of play thing with the clock, the shot clock, the pitch clock, the hitting clock, all that.
Baseball is still golf.
It's amazing, dude. It's the best thing they've done because the games are too long. The season's too long, but it's all about money. Whatever. Anyways, all right, so let's transition from high school sports to the most important sports world there is, and that's our kids' youth sports lives. So,
Yes.
what is happening in your kids' sports lives? Anything? What you guys in the off season right now, or what's going on?
We are. My son, my oldest son, he's 12. He will play. This is the first year of competitive soccer, and they're playing in Europe. So they start their spring season next week.
Next week.
We start practicing.
Come on now.
And then my 8-year-old is playing like rec league soccer.
Okay.
And he'll do that again here in a couple weeks.
Okay.
And then my 3-year-old is waiting till he's 4 next year, and he can play soccer for the first time.
Let's go.
And then
what league is he gonna play in?
The TCYSA, the local league right here.
That's bull crap.
He's a league commissioner.
I'm a league commissioner. I'm a league director.
And listen, hold on.
For FCA Sports, and he's not gonna put his kid. You're supposed to be one of my best friends, man.
Yeah, well,
you're not gonna come support
a best friend who has a friend who can't drive his kids would put his league next to his house. You didn't do that.
TCYSA, whatever you're called. You know what? I hope your league folds for whatever reason why. I'm just joking.
Shout out to TCYSA and the competitive teams TCFC, which
what the heck does that even mean? TCYSA, TFEGYXTZZ. All these acronyms. FCA, 3 letters, it's simple to say. Anyway.
All the other ones are like 4.
That's true.
One more letter.
FCA all the way. Speaking of FCA all the way, FCA
I love
Sports.
FCA Sports.
Think of FCA Sports. Let me tell you about right now, my daughter's actually in season. We're playing basketball. I get to be the head coach, but I got some bad news. We're 2-2 on the season, man.
That's better than the soccer team did a year ago, right?
For the one that I coached?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's a different subject. My oldest daughter's team, we played real well. My youngest daughter, it was a hard
Troy?
season. My 4 and 5-year-old daughter, her team, man, I love me some Veda, and I loved her effort. But boy, we got our donkeys kicked almost every week.
Dude, here's the deal.
It was pretty bad. But
Troy
anyway,
is going to take over the coaching world in youth girls basketball.
Absolutely. I'm going to coach my kids all the way through high school. I'm going to take their high school coaches' jobs. I'm going to fight for them. By the time they get there, I will sabotage their career. So
only Deion Sanders can do that.
No. I'm following his path, okay? But anyways, we're 2-2 on the season. I got the best assistant coach in the league. Her name is Michelle Clark. She's a local legend here in the Tri-Cities, basketball player. She played at San Diego State, Gonzaga, a Division I athlete. She's just an incredible human being as well. Married to Peter Clark, who's an incredible trainer here in the Tri-Cities as well.
She's your assistant?
She's my assistant. So here's the challenge with that, though, right now. My boosters, a.k.a. my parents, are starting to push me out because they want her to be coaching the girls.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? That's bullcrap. Anyway, so hey, we're 2-2. We got a big game this weekend. We're either going to go below 500 or we're going to go above 500. So I'll let you guys know next week how that pans out. All right, let's talk about. Go ahead.
Do you take your kids out for like ice cream after every game,
no.
Or do you only winners get ice cream?
Zach, we can't afford it. Okay, we can't even afford a sign for our podcast. You think I can afford ice cream with my kids? No, I'm just joking. No, I had to bribe my daughter last week to go get some more rebounds and steals with a donut. Okay, so yeah, we definitely do stuff after the game because I need those W's. My identity is being formed by this girls team. Okay, my coaching career is on the line right now. But hey, let's talk about every husband's favorite day of the year. It just happened, and it is called Valentine's Day. We love Valentine's Day. Tell me about Valentine's Day, Zach. How'd it go for you?
Here's the deal.
How do you feel about Valentine's Day?
I like Valentine's Day, and I want to make it special and cool.
Mm-hmm. Careful here, buddy. You're walking on thin ice.
Here's the deal. My wife is a better person than me.
Okay.
So she cares about it being special for the kids more than her.
Oh, that's legit. Yeah.
I could care less about our kids on Valentine's Day.
Absolutely. Dude, I have 2 girls, and I got them cards. I love them, and I take them to the daddy-daughter dance, which is my favorite. But Valentine's Day, I struggle with that.
Yeah.
But my wife, same thing. Courtney, she goes all out, and she kills it.
So I found this year, I tried to like get her a gift, and she loves coffee. So
talking about your wife?
Yeah, my wife. Yeah. So if I get her coffee, I always win.
Boom.
My wife.
Did you get her a coffee?
Well, I got her a coffee gift card. You drove me.
I did. I know I drove you. I'm trying to give our incredible audience and our Christian Mingle sponsor that we don't have yet and we'll never have an opportunity to learn.
Yeah, because Upward is taking over the Christian dating game. I saw a commercial once.
Don't ever say the word Upward again in front of me. Okay? FCA all the way.
Oh, your Christian youth sports battle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, get that lingo out of here, man. We don't use that word.
Anyways,
That's a swear word, man. We'll have to edit that out. We don't say that word. Back to Valentine's
A friend
Day.
of mine pointed me to someone who does something for Valentine's Day, so I'm going to give a local company a shout out.
Maybe she'll sponsor
It's called Queendom Creations.
What is that?
Queendom Creations.
Queendom?
Yes.
Oh, that's fancy.
And so, but she does a bunch of arrangements, flowers, treats for like any holiday, all holiday, and it's local here.
Mm-hmm.
And but I did like an arrangement of like chocolate covered strawberries, chocolate pretzels.
Come on.
And so I wanted to like keep it somewhat like secret and surprise.
Yep.
But I'm not a secret keeper, so like every time I get someone a gift, I can't hold it in.
That's fair.
They're gonna know. But like I even had my oldest son ask like, "Hey, do you like marshmallows?" Because I wasn't sure. Like I didn't want to get her anything. You know, it had this specific arrangement had marshmallows.
You use the kids to get the info.
But he asks,
That's smart.
And I got into like a parenting conundrum.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm at the park with my boys, and my son takes the phone and he goes and is like, "Mom, no reason, but do you like marshmallows? Just wondering." and my 8-year-old Elisha is like, He's not just wondering, Mom, and I'm so upset, because he's really
he's blowing it.
But then,
Did you ground him?
Well, oh, dude, I got so mad at him.
Yeah, good.
But then he's like, you tell me not to lie, and you're okay with Hez lying, and you're lying to Mom right now, and I'm like,
there you go.
I'm like, listen, I know we tell you not to lie, and I'm not trying to teach you to lie.
Yeah.
But I want it to be a surprise from your mom. And then here's the deal. So with me not being able to drive, I getting cash was hard.
For sure. Yeah.
So I didn't want my wife to take me to get cash because I'm going to try and surprise. So me and my son were going to go to a market by us, but they didn't. So my wife and I later walked to the market, but they didn't have an ATM. So we had to use like my wife's like Zelle account.
Okay.
To pay. So like by the end of it, my wife knew
We're giving
exactly
all these free shout outs to these organizations. Zelle, man. They don't even sponsor us either.
I know.
We got to stop doing that.
We need to get a sponsor.
We will, but we can't if we keep shouting these free.
Isn't this how you get sponsors?
No, you get them and then you mention them. You got to.
Okay. Well, anyways,
yeah.
Well,
so
all the copyright infringements that we break in this episode, but so we had a good Valentine's Day. It was Wednesday, and I work at a church, so like I wasn't like I was here at church at night, but like by the time it all happened, any like surprise or romance was out of the bag.
Come on.
Because I gave her the gift card a day before so she could get coffee in the morning of, because she's a 3rd grade teacher.
Yep. Shout out to all of our teachers out there, for real.
And she teaches at like a Christian school, and so their classrooms aren't like normal classrooms. They're like small Sunday school classrooms.
Yep.
So she teaches like 15 3rd graders, including our own son.
Yep.
In like a really small Sunday school room all day.
That's tough.
So I wanted to surprise her, but I figured if she had the card the night before, she could go get coffee. So, but anyways, I think I did okay. I was simple. She felt appreciated. However, there was no like element of surprise or woo or romance, because I am not secretive at all.
That's fair, dude. But hey, I love the approach of using the kids to get information. That's fun to be at an age where you can do that. My girls are almost there, and I'm pumped because my oldest daughter, Vale, has already given me tips on like how to like talk to my wife. Like she knows how to, I don't know if I should be admitting this, but knows how to communicate better than I do. Because
which is fine.
It's crazy to me. And she's in 2nd grade.
There's a contrast we'll talk about later, like probably May and June, because you're a girl dad.
A girl dad all the way. Love my girls.
I have nothing but boys.
Yep.
So me and my boys make my life crazy because we're all boys and we're gross and she's not.
Okay.
And you've got the opposite. You've got girls and you. So like.
Yep.
Yeah. So we live in a little different worlds.
Hey, if I wanted to be really real on this sucker, I don't think our worlds are that much different. But I'm not gonna throw my girls under the bus about anything. So, hey, so my experience with Valentine's Day, I'm surprising my wife today. It's a couple days after. We're gonna go to see the episodes 4 through 6 of The Chosen. I want to give The Chosen a shout out because they're not gonna sponsor us ever because they ask for money themselves. But when I say The Chosen, what do you think of? What do you like about it? What do you don't like about it?
A rare piece of media by the Christian community that isn't a B movie.
I love it. I love it.
It's legitimately so good.
It's so good.
I watched it expecting it to like absolutely suck.
So I don't want to make this too long, but you're a pastor, and I know there are other people out there, pastors, Bible scholars, theologians, all these fancy words you want to throw around. And some people have a problem with The Chosen because they like to nitpick it. What would you say to that audience as like a response?
Well, when you turn the first episode on, they say in the things that, hey, we try to be as biblically accurate as possible, but we did get creative with certain details and certain things. And so like I get it, but at the same time, like, you have people tuning in all over
The world.
to see the story of Jesus
On
and how he changed the disciples.
TV.
You know what? That's not real anymore.
Yes, it is.
But
it still exists.
but here's the deal. You can nitpick, and I get it, but people are talking and going to the theaters to hear about Jesus. Unless it's like not the truth at all.
Yeah.
That's a win, dude.
For sure, absolutely. I love it. I can't recommend it enough. And I get how people can look at it and nitpick different things. But like you said, the fact that the word Jesus is even being spoken as much as it is on all these streaming platforms, on cable TV, now in the theater, it's incredible. Am I saying it replaces anything? Is it 100% accurate? No. What I love about Dallas Jenkins, he always says, this is a TV show, but they keep the character of who Jesus is and the story accurate. But then they tie in different stories.
They say we had to make some assumptions of what was happening around people.
Absolutely.
But the
quality.
Overall, what happens isn't wrong.
No, and not only that, but the quality of the writing, the stories, everything. Dude. It's not cheesy. It's unbelievable. And so, anyways, that's what I'm doing for the Valentine's Day with my wife. I'm surprising her. We're going to go see episodes 4 through 6. We already saw 1 through 3 of season 4. We're pumped. I'm excited. So look,
we're waiting to watch. Our boys love The Chosen, so we're waiting to watch it when it comes available at home.
Yeah, I think it's coming out in March, mid-March.
I know. So. Oh, dude, you got me in trouble the other day.
Yes.
So you told me.
Welcome.
You're like, yeah, they show it on theaters Friday, Saturday, and it comes out on Monday. And I told Shani that. And then she told my boys that, and we were like gonna make like when I sub on Mondays on my day off.
Yeah.
And
substitute teacher. That's a different day. We have to cover that.
We were gonna make a big like movie night of it.
Yeah.
And then I go look the night before to see like, hey, when they're gonna come on.
Yep.
And then I found out it wasn't a thing. My whole family was ready for it.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, now what are we gonna do?
Yeah, that was my bad. See, that the last season 3. They showed the first 2 episodes in the theaters, and then they released them on Monday, and then the rest of the season came out. And then they showed the finale in the theaters. Well, I didn't know this season they're showing the whole season in the theaters, and then they're going to release all the episodes afterward. So that's my fault. My bad, Shani. So, hey, one more thing that came out today, I don't know if you're aware of this, and it has to do with your bills, is I want to know if you're going to watch it. It's on Apple Plus. It's called The Dynasty. And it's based on the New England Patriots' 20-year run. There was a book written by a very credible insider for the Patriots. Are you going to watch it? And when I say the word Patriots, what feelings come into your mind and heart?
I hear like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck go on the shows and call him Touchdown Tommy and stuff. But here's the deal.
Love me some Brady.
Here's the deal.
Go.
And there's like been ESPN specials of like
yeah, he did his own on ESPN Plus.
But there's been some specials like he knows he took Drew Bledsoe's job. But here's the deal. I will watch it till they go away from Drew Bledsoe. And if they don't show a proper appreciation of Drew Bledsoe, like
that's probably just the first episode. He's only part
but
of the
here's the thing though. They are nowhere without Drew Bledsoe.
He came in and made that pass in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That drive. He had that whole drive to get him to the Super Bowl.
You did lose your job to a 6th-round draft pick.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I don't want to.
We just saw Mr. Irrelevant playing a Super Bowl.
Oh, I can't stand
Brock Purdy played at Iowa State.
Iowa State.
I'm not a Cyclone fan, but anytime Iowa does something that
puts them on the map, man.
Yeah.
Puts them on the map. All right. Last thing we're going to talk about today. Church. Let's talk church, okay? So we're about a month and a half-ish, maybe a month out, month and a half, whatever, 6 to 8 weeks away.
Easter's early this year.
It is, into March. From what you said already, Easter, which is the Super Bowl of the church world. That's what people like to say.
So,
dude,
actually,
seriously?
That's my brother.
You don't turn your phone off during our highly touted broadcast hour? Hey, sorry, producers and all these background people.
So check this out.
That's embarrassing, dude.
So that's my brother calling.
Yeah.
And we love each other, but him and I have very different views.
Yes.
He's
probably Republican and you're liberal, so that's hard, dude.
No, he calls me and he knows I work at a church. Every time he calls me, he asks me how Jesus is.
I love it.
And I make the joke back, well, why don't you ask him yourself?
That's a good one. I like that. Yeah. All right. Back to church world, Easter. So just, I don't know, in a synopsis, in a 30-second preview trailer, however you want to say it, give us like the overview. Like you're a month out as a church. What's the importance of Easter? And like, what's it like being on staff at a church for the build-up? Because it's not just Sunday morning, right? You have like the kids pastor thing too.
Yeah. So I am more in the kids world, and we have awesome teams that run all of our we have awesome leaders, awesome staff, an awesome lead pastor, and so like I'm in the room, I'm in the conversations, but my focus is like all the kids things.
Yep.
So like I have a unique I kind of focus on that area, right? So we do an Easter egg hunt after and stuff, but I think the big thing is our approach is like getting people to Easter service isn't hard.
Yeah.
And so like before, I used to do an event before Easter to try and get people to Easter, but the last couple of years we actually do a spring event, and it was supposed to be before Easter, but the weather got bad, so we changed the day, and that like shaped everything, because we're like, well, instead of trying to use an event to get people to come to Easter, what if we use Easter, because getting people to come to Easter service isn't hard.
Yeah.
So right, your team puts a lot of effort. Like, you don't want to say any Sunday is ever more important, but like we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus.
Yeah.
So like that is a big thing, and that is a big deal. That is what our faith is based on, right?
Yeah.
Following, like, I am nothing without what Jesus did on the cross.
Yeah.
And right, but getting people to come to that isn't. A lot of people go to Easter service.
Yeah, true.
A lot of people go to Easter service. So, but the real thing that like I feel like when I think of Easter is, okay, the families that came in, how do we get them to come back?
Yeah, that's so good.
And so
yeah.
Our church puts a lot of focus on Easter Sunday, but me as a youth and a kids pastor, we do an event like a month after.
Yeah.
To hey, and on Easter Sunday it's like, hey, we're talking. So
tell them about that. Tell them.
So
we clicked what you guys do.
We do a color run every year.
Come on, what's a color run?
You run, and people throw a color powder on you.
Just go. So it's like a paint war.
And we have a blast, and it's so much fun. But like, because of the 1 year the weather delay, it worked out, and we had an awesome time. We now it becomes strategic of, instead of trying to get people to come to Easter service, how do we pull people to come back after Easter?
So you guys advertise that one on Easter Sunday?
Yeah. Well, and it's because it's like, we want you to come in, and we don't want you to just come to service. We really focus on the relationships, right? So it's like, when you come in, how do we make you feel part of the family? And if you come in and you're a parent and you have kids, like, and I'm here and I was like, here's something for you and your family to do next month.
That's awesome.
Like, so I feel like, because listen, the production of Easter service is awesome.
Yeah.
But really, what wins people to become a part of community where they can come hear about Jesus is relationships. And I think something I love about our church is, the second someone walks in the door, they matter to us because they matter to Jesus. So our church really focuses on the relationships.
That's really good, man.
Because the production, the music, all that stuff's awesome.
Yeah.
But you got to connect. And so, listen, we want people to come and hear about Easter, about the resurrection, about Jesus. But once he changes their lives, because he changes their lives, the church doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we want to bring them into community. And so what I love about Easter, I love Easter Sunday. It's fun, it's crazy, it's awesome. We have like thousands of eggs, and kids do an Easter egg hunt after church. And even though it's my job, I get in trouble with my wife because my kids come home with candy. I'm like, you help too. But what I love about Easter is people come in and hear about Jesus, maybe for the first time ever.
Yeah.
And then, as a church, our job is to bring them into our community, let them hear about the gospel, but create an environment where they want to come back and continue to engage and learn about Jesus, and hopefully own their own relationship and start a relationship with him in the first place. So I love Easter, but I love what it could start and after. So I'm not downplaying Easter.
Yeah.
But my focus,
For sure.
and I'm more on the youth and kids, is we're gonna get more people on that Sunday.
Yep.
We're gonna.
Yeah.
So
How do you get them to
bringing
come back?
people into
Yeah.
community and once Jesus changes our lives, how do we bring them into our family, and
Yeah.
how can we partner with them and walk with them?
Yep. Yeah. The $1 million question. How do you get them to come back? Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. I really appreciate your heart. And anyways, that's good stuff. So we'll keep talking about Easter leading up to Easter.
I just took a drink and it like splattered in my eye.
I love that. I hope that's on camera. I hope we can see
It
that.
probably
I
is,
can
dude. That hurts.
cut that and clip that, because I will take time to do that part. Anyways, so hey, I'm T. This is Z. This is the T&Z Show. Thanks for hanging with us today. If you guys have any topics that you guys want to hear about us talk about that we aren't talking about, let us know. Throw it in the throw it on a DM or in a comment, and we'll do our best to talk about it. Unless it's completely controversial.
The four of you, our moms, our wives watching.
Dude, come on. My wife is not gonna watch this.
I'm sure you're gonna comment and correct this.
Ain't no shot Courtney's watching this, and if she does, she'll comment.
Well, now you're in trouble.
I'm always in trouble. I'm always in trouble. All right, I'm T. This is Z. We're signing off. We'll see you guys next week.
Wait, we're doing this week?